Have you ever wondered what determines the quality of our relationships? What matters most? Trust, respect, emotional well-being, or the ability to recognize warning signs that need intervention? In this video, we'll not only discuss the key elements of a healthy relationship, but we'll also break down the major signs that signal the need for change. These clues will help you recognize when a relationship stops being a source of support and starts to harm your mental and emotional well-being. Stay tuned to learn how to protect yourself and build healthy, long-lasting bonds. Relationships that constantly cause anxiety, sadness, or stress have a devastating effect on our inner well-being. Not only does it prevent us from staying calm, but it also undermines our ability to reason and act virtuously in our daily lives. Stoic philosophy reminds us that inner peace is our most valuable treasure. We must protect it from influences that might disturb it. As the Stoics teach, life is full of challenges, and it is at times like these that we test our resilience. However, if a relationship becomes a constant source of stress, it requires immediate analysis. The negative impact not only manifests itself in the emotional state, but also in physical health. Symptoms may include insomnia, fatigue, digestive problems. These are clear signals that something in the relationship is having a detrimental effect. The first step to change is recognizing the problem. Sometimes it is necessary to limit or stop contact altogether with those who continue to hurt. This is an act of self-care and an affirmation of the right to a healthy, supportive environment. Support from loved ones, friends, or mental health professionals can help you regain your inner balance and confidence. Respect is more than just being polite. It is the foundation of any healthy and sustainable relationship. When respect is systematically lacking in a relationship, it is a red flag that cannot be ignored. Disrespect can manifest itself in a variety of ways, from interrupting in conversation to destructive criticism or ignoring your emotional needs. Each of these behaviors destroys the trust and security that is essential to a harmonious relationship. When someone shows a lack of respect, it not only undermines your dignity, but can also jeopardize your mental health. Constantly ignoring your feelings and needs makes relationships toxic, in which case it is important to reevaluate their importance in your life. Stoics teach us to seek balance and strive for relationships that nourish us rather than destroy us. So if you are facing disrespect, it may be a sign that it is time to make difficult choices about your well-being. Being attentive to how we are influenced by those around us helps us recognize toxic relationships that undermine our health and happiness. It is our responsibility to protect our inner peace, cultivate virtue, and support relationships that foster growth. Your well-being is not a luxury, but a necessity. You deserve an environment that respects, supports, and inspires you. Watch for warning signs. Don't be afraid to make decisions for your own sake and create a life filled with healthy and strong connections. Sometimes distancing yourself from certain relationships is not a rejection, but a necessary measure to protect your peace of mind and preserve your personal integrity. Such a step helps to avoid the destruction of self-esteem and the accumulation of resentments. It is not a sign of weakness, but rather an act of courage and self-respect. Reflecting on the dynamics of such relationships allows you to better understand your values and strengthen your commitment to your own dignity. Establishing and maintaining clear boundaries plays a key role in building long-lasting and respectful relationships. These boundaries create a space where mutual respect becomes the foundation of interaction. By recognizing the lack of respect in relationships, we give ourselves a chance for renewal and personal growth. It helps us learn to appreciate those who treat us with genuine respect and not tolerate lies. Realizing this truth allows us to reflect on the importance of respect in our lives and how its absence can be detrimental to both the individual and the society around us. Compatibility of values is the foundation for creating sincere and meaningful relationships. When frequent conflicts in ethical principles and life attitudes arise, such conflicts affect our nature and perceptions of what is right and just. Encounters with opposing values can shatter inner peace and challenge our authenticity. Living in a state of constant misalignment of principles is like traveling without a compass. Every decision becomes a test of our integrity and core beliefs. As Seneca noted, every action should be evaluated in terms of its impact on our lives. Does it make us better, or does it harm us? A divergence in values can gradually erode self-confidence and lower self-esteem. Trying to accept or adjust to principles that are alien to us can cause stress, anxiety, and feelings of alienation from ourselves and others. Recognizing and resolving differences in values is an important step in maintaining personal integrity. Establishing clear boundaries in relationships helps protect one's identity and harmony. Sometimes the decision may not be easy. Cutting back on communication or breaking off completely from those whose values are at odds with yours may be necessary. These steps, while difficult, help you stay true to yourself by creating an environment where you can live in harmony with your beliefs and principles. Making these decisions not only helps build self-confidence, but also creates space for relationships that support your values and contribute to your personal development. Making mental health decisions not only helps you eliminate internal conflict, but also strengthens your commitment to your core values in life. These actions create the foundation for deeper and more meaningful relationships based on a genuine alignment of values. Healthy relationships should be a source of support and restoration, not a source of constant fatigue. If you feel exhausted after interacting with someone, lose interest in your favorite activities, or face constant tension, this is a clear sign that the relationship is damaging. Emotional exhaustion affects not only your mental state but also your physical health. Loss of energy, insomnia, or feeling worse can be the result of such a relationship. As Marcus Aurelius said, we should strive to maintain balance even in difficult times without losing our inner peace. If a relationship takes away our strength instead of sustaining us, it becomes an obstacle to self-actualization. Realizing this allows us to reconsider their importance, so that instead of depleting them, they become a source of growth and mutual enrichment. Manipulation, whether emotional or behavioral, is a serious violation of the principles of honesty and respect that underlie healthy relationships. The manipulator conceals his or her true intentions, which distorts the victim-as perception of reality and undermines the victim-as ability to make informed decisions. Seneca said, "Don't let anyone manipulate your soul." Exposure to manipulation not only diminishes our self-confidence but also undermines our dignity. Such relationships destroy trust, damage self-esteem, and leave deep emotional wounds. To protect your autonomy, you need to recognize manipulation and know how to resist it. This may include setting clear boundaries or refusing to interact with the manipulator altogether. Such a step reaffirms our commitment to honesty and authenticity, helping to preserve dignity and build healthy relationships. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. Its absence leads to constant vigilance, fear, and an inability to be open. Without trust, every word or action can be viewed with suspicion, creating an atmosphere of tension and insecurity. Distrust prevents the vulnerability that is necessary for deep connections. People are afraid to share their hopes and experiences, causing relationships to remain superficial. Seneca asserted, "No one can give you peace of mind but yourself." This is a reminder that trust begins with inner peace and confidence. To remedy a lack of trust, it is important to openly discuss doubts and fears. Sometimes professional help may be needed to repair broken bonds. Rebuilding trust strengthens the ability to interact with others in a sincere and open manner. Any form of abuse, physical, emotional, verbal, or psychological, violates the principles of respect and dignity. Abusive behavior destroys the foundations of relationships, turning them into a source of pain and suffering. Such actions are incompatible with a virtuous life because they destroy personal boundaries, suppress self-esteem, and leave deep trauma. Stoic philosophy teaches us to protect our inner peace and to surround ourselves with people who contribute to our well-being. Recognizing abuse is the first step toward freedom from it. This may involve clearly defining boundaries or severing the relationship altogether. By freeing ourselves from such ties, we reaffirm our value and commitment to virtue, opening the way to healthy and respectful relationships. According to Stoic philosophy, espoused by thinkers such as Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, being in abusive relationships is incompatible with achieving a virtuous and balanced life. The Stoics taught that tranquility of mind and harmony of spirit are goals to strive for. Ending a toxic relationship is not only an act of self-defense, but also a necessity for maintaining inner balance and wholeness. Breaking up with an abusive relationship helps to protect ourselves from further harm and affirms our value and respect for ourselves. This step can be difficult, especially because of the emotional or social dependency that such relationships often provoke. However, the support of loved ones, friends, or professionals plays an important role in getting through this difficult period. By severing such ties, we open the way to recovery, building self-esteem and building a life of mutual respect. This decision emphasizes our commitment to the highest ethical principles and the pursuit of the harmony that every human being deserves. Relationships devoid of mutual support and growth become stagnant environments that limit our development and ability to benefit others. Lack of support not only slows personal evolution, but also prevents us from reaching our full potential. In a healthy relationship, Mutual support and the desire to grow together are important. These elements contribute to both a stronger bond between people and personal enrichment. Lack of progress can turn a relationship into a burdensome and functional one, devoid of genuine connection. Regularly assessing the dynamics of relationships helps us understand whether they are contributing to our well-being and growth. This may require discussing shared goals and expectations to improve interactions and make the relationship more enriching. If mutual support is consistently absent, the sustainability of these relationships may need to be reassessed. This does not necessarily imply a breakup, but may require adjustment so that both participants can develop and thrive. A healthy relationship involves a balance between giving and receiving that is based on reciprocity and respect. If one participant continually puts his or her own interests above the needs of the other, it violates the foundations of that relationship. The Stoics condemned selfishness because it contradicts the principles of justice and balance. Constant selfish behavior destroys balance by making the relationship one-sided. It can cause the other party to feel unappreciated, resentful, and frustrated, which only increases tension. Recognizing and addressing selfishness is an important step to keep the relationship stable. This may include openly discussing mutual needs and setting clear boundaries. Such actions help restore balance and create an atmosphere of respect that fosters a harmonious relationship. Communication is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. When interactions become negative or destructive, it is detrimental to the emotional well-being of all participants. Destructive communication, manifested through criticism, sarcasm, or constant arguing, undermines trust and respect, creating an atmosphere of fatigue and alienation. The Stoics taught that words should foster connection and well-being. By identifying destructive communication patterns and addressing them, healthy dynamics can be restored. This may include establishing rules of engagement that eliminate negativity and promote open and respectful dialogue. In difficult cases, the assistance of a mediator or counselor is helpful to redirect communication to a constructive path. Respect for each person's personal needs and boundaries is the foundation of a healthy relationship. Ignoring these aspects destroys self-esteem and inner peace. The Stoics considered mutual respect a fundamental virtue. Constant disregard for the boundaries of one of the participants undermines their self-esteem and prevents them from living in accordance with their own values. To restore balance, one must clearly articulate one's needs and set boundaries. If these behaviors do not change, it may be necessary to renegotiate or end the relationship. Creating an atmosphere of respect promotes more harmonious and satisfying interactions. In a healthy relationship, both participants accept responsibility for their actions and decisions. If one of them shirks responsibility, it creates an imbalance that leads to injustice and the destruction of trust. The Stoics emphasized the importance of honestly accepting responsibility, especially in difficult situations. When one partner avoids admitting their mistakes, it causes the other to bear a disproportionate burden, which causes resentment and frustration. To address this imbalance, it is important to openly discuss problems and make an effort to resolve them. Admitting mistakes, sincerely apologizing, and acting to prevent them from happening again builds trust and sets the stage for the relationship to move forward. Understanding how violations of respect, balance, and mutual responsibility affect relationships allows for more harmonious connections to be built. Change begins with awareness and is solidified through action, improving the quality of interactions in relationships, whether personal or professional, helps create an environment of respect, trust, and growth. Maintaining such principles strengthens our ability to live fulfilling and virtuous lives.